Good day, grade 9 learners. Welcome to the week number 6 of our online lesson for our subject Mathematics 9. For this week, we're going to discuss lesson 6, which is about quadratic functions. Here's the most essential learning competency you need to achieve at the end of this week. Transform quadratic function defined by y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c into the form y is equals to a times x minus h squared plus k, vice versa. Grab your first quarter book and open it on page 188. What is a quadratic function? A quadratic function is a second degree function. It is of the form f of x is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, or y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, where y is equals to f of x. F of x read as function of x or f of x. Here are the two forms of a quadratic function. The first form is the general form and the second form is the vertex form. For the general form, we have f of x is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are all real numbers and a is not equal to 0 for the reasons of if a is equal to 0, the x squared will disappear. 0 times x squared, again, the result is 0. The second form, vertex form, so we have f of x is equals to a times x minus h squared plus k, where hk as the coordinates of the vertex of the graph, where h is equals to negative b over 2a and k is equals to 4ac minus b squared divided by 4a. Let us use the general form of a quadratic function to transform it into the vertex form later on the next slides. But the first examples we need to solve later is about finding the vertex. So later pa. Now let's focus on transforming quadratic function from general form into vertex form. So here are the steps. Step 1, group together the terms containing x. Step 2, factor out the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term ax squared. Step 3, add and subtract inside the parentheses the square of half the coefficient of the linear term bx. Step 4, apply the distributive law by multiplying the volume A. Step 5, factor the trinomial and simplify the last two terms. Step 6, replace negative b over 2a by h and 4ac minus b squared divided by 4a by k. Let's try some examples. For the first set of examples, we are just going to determine the coordinates of the vertex, which is hk. For example 1, we have f of x is equals to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. Again, we are going to identify the coordinate of the vertex. So for us to identify the coordinate of the vertex, let's find first the numerical coefficients of the quadratic term, linear term, and the constant term. So a is equals to negative 2. Again, a is the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term. B is the numerical coefficient of the linear term, so B is equals to 4, and the constant term is C, so C is equals to 1. Then, let's copy the formula which is given from the last slide. The formula for finding the value of H is equal to negative B over 2A. Substitute the value of B and A to the formula. So, H is equals to negative 4 divided by 2 times negative 2. So, negative 4, 2 times negative 2, the answer is negative 4. So, negative 4 divided by negative 4, H is equals to 1. Then for finding K, here is the formula. K is equals to 4ac minus b squared divided by 4a. Substitute the value of a, b, and c to the formula. K is equals to 4 times negative 2 times 1 minus 4 squared divided by 4 times negative 2. 4 times negative 2 times 1, the answer is negative 8. Negative 4 squared, 4 squared, the answer is 16. So negative 8 minus 16 divided by 4 times negative 2, the answer is negative 8. So negative 8 minus 16 divided by negative 8, the result is k is equals to negative 24 divided by negative 8. So negative 24 divided by negative 8, the answer is 3. So k is equal to 3. So again, the vertex form is of the form vertex equals to hk. So vertex is equals to 1, 3. So the coordinate of the vertex of the quadratic function f of x equals to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1 is 1, 3. Let's try example number 2. So the same instruction. Let's determine the coordinates of the vertex. So here is the given. F of x is equals to negative 3 times x minus 3 squared minus 1. The given quadratic function on the, for example, number 2 is on its vertex form. Dahil nasa vertex form siya, it is easy to identify the coordinates of the vertex unlike nang nasa general form. Kasi for general form, we still need to solve. We still need to use the two formulas for finding h and for finding k. But for the given, for example, number 2 na nasa vertex form, we are just going to compare it with the vertex general form or with the format of the vertex form of a quadratic function. So again, the given is f of x is equals to negative 3 times x minus 3 squared minus 1. So compare natin siya sa original format ng vertex form. So f of x equals to a times x minus h squared plus k. So yung kasama ni x sa loob ng parentheses is yung value ni h. So x minus 3, so i-pen ko lang. Ayan ang pen. Okay, here's the pen. Show na yung answers. So again, here is class. So dito, yung sabi nga, yung h is kasama siya ni x. So x minus h. So dito, ang nakalagay is x minus 3. Pag nag-stay as yung sa loob ng parenthesis class, pag nag-stay as minus yung ating operation, it means yung value ni h is positive. Pero pag naging plus sign yan dyan, plus, it means yung ating h is negative. So for this one, yung value ng h natin is positive 3. Then for k naman, di ba yung k natin sa original format ng vertex form plus k. Dahil naging negative 1 siya dito sa ating example 2, it means yung k is negative 1. So the vertex is equals to 3 and 3 negative 1. So yung in-explain ko kanina, ibalik ko muna dito. Let's say, yung given natin, gawin natin negative 3 times x plus 3 squared plus 1. For this case, class, let's identify the h and k. So the value of h here, class, kasi sa original format ng vertex form, we have x minus h. Kung stay siya as minus, it means yung h natin is positive. Dahil naging plus yung sa gitna ng x at ng value ng h, it means yung h natin is negative 3. Then for k naman, yung k natin dito is plus k originally. Dahil plus pa rin siya dito sa ating example. So it means equal siya sa 1. Pero kung naging minus siya dyan, plus dahil plus siya originally, it means negative dapat siya. So I hope you understood. So let's try example number 3. So let us now transform the quadratic function to vertex form and give the coordinates of its vertex. Kanina yung ginawa lang natin is na-identify natin yung vertex. So two ways of identifying the vertex. Kung nasa general form, kailangan muna natin hanapin yung numerical coefficients ng a, b, and c. Then use the two formulas para makuha yung h and k. Then yung other example natin sa example 2, for us to be able to identify the coordinates of the vertex, simple lang. I-compare lang natin siya sa original format ng vertex form of a quadratic function, yung given, then i-identify na natin si h and k. For ngayon, medyo dadagdagan na natin yung ating instruction. So we are going to transform the given quadratic function to vertex form. Then kukunin na natin yung coordinates ni vertex after. So example 3, we have f of x is equals to 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. So nasa general form siya ng quadratic function. So let's copy the given. And after that, let's group the x terms. So magiging f of x is equals to 2x squared minus 12x. Nasa loob sila ng parentheses, then plus 18. Kasi sabi nga, let's group the x terms. Para makonsider yung 2x squared minus 12x nasa isang group sila, yung x terms, kailangan natin gumawa ng parentheses. Open and close parentheses. Then si 18 is mag-i-stay siya sa labas. Then after that, let's factor out 2, the volume A from 2x squared minus 12x. Sabi ko nga kanina, dapat yung value ng A natin, yung magiging remaining dyan, dapat na value ng A is 1. Or it means x squared lang dapat yung meron dyan. So let's factor out 2 from 2x squared minus 12x. So the result will be, so 2x squared minus 12x divided by 2. So the answer will be x squared minus 6x. So yung kalabasan niya, pag pinactor out natin yung 2, is 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 18. Then after that, we're now going to find the square of the half of the coefficient of the linear term. Para ma-identify natin yung third term dito sa loob ng ating parentheses para maging trinomial siya. So yung gagawin nyo lang class is to get the numerical coefficient of the linear term. So ito yung solution niya. So the numerical coefficient of the linear term or b is equals to negative 6. After that, kukunin natin yung, or i-divide natin siya into 2. So, b divided by 2 squared. So, negative 6 divided by 2, the answer is negative 3. Then, find the square. So, the negative 3 squared is equals to 9. Then, yung 9 class, yung gagawin natin, add and subtract the value inside the parentheses. So, ito yung kalabasan niya class. So, magiging f of x equals to 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus 9. Sir, bakit naka-plus 9 minus 9? Kasi based doon sa step-by-step process, we need to add, subtract the value inside the parentheses. Yung value na nakuha natin sa pag-find ng square of the half of the coefficient of the linear term. Then after that, separate negative 9 but be sure to multiply it by 2. For this case, kasi class, yung ating, di ba finactor out natin yung a from the given na 2x squared minus 12x. So, nasa labas si 2. So, yung negative 9, kasi sabi nga, si negative 9, isa-separate natin. So, it means ilalabas natin siya inside the parentheses. Dahil nga, nasa loob siya, it means kailangan muna natin siya i-multiply kay 2 bago siya malabas. So, mangyayari, negative 9 times 2 times 8. Kung 1 lang dyan, hindi mas okay. Pero dahil nga 2 nga yung ating a, so negative 9 times 2, the result will be, so, andyan na yung kalabasan niya. 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 2 times negative 9. Linabas natin si negative 9 plus 18. Then, after that, i-simplify natin. So, 2 times negative 9, the answer is negative 18, then plus 18. Then, dito, yung mangyayari dito, class sa trinomial, inside the parentheses, ifa-factor natin siya. Factor the trinomial. Then, simplify the last two terms. So, nas-explain ko na yung last two terms. So, simplify na natin. Negative 18 plus 18. Then, yung next natin gagawin is to factor out the trinomial inside. So, yung trinomial inside class, dahil nga pinerform natin yung method ng find the square of the half the coefficient of the linear term. If you still remember from our lesson 1 and lesson 2, or yung lesson nyo ng grade 8 kayo, ang ganitong method na find the square of half of the coefficient of the linear term is piniperform sa completing the square. Then pag ginamit natin yung completing the square, ang makuha nating result sa trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. So yung trinomial na nasa loob ng ating parentheses is a perfect square trinomial. So the factor of this perfect square trinomial is x minus 3 squared. So yung kalabasan ng next line of the solution is f of x is equals to 2 times x minus 3 squared minus 18 plus 18. Then, simplify natin yung negative 18 plus 18. So, the remaining terms will be f of x is equals to 2 times x minus 3 squared. So, the vertex form of the quadratic function f of x equals to 2x squared minus 12x plus 18 is f of x equals to 2 times x minus 3 squared. So, yan yung vertex form at hindi pa tayo nagtatapos kasi based from the instructions, we need to determine the coordinates of the vertex. So, the coordinates of the vertex here is 3 and 0. Bakit ba 3? Kasi nga x minus h yung format. Then dito sa ating given, sa ating answer, x minus 3, it means yung h is positive. So, 3 siya. Then yung k kasi missing, 0 siya. So, 3, 0 yung ating vertex. So let's try another example, example number 4. So same instruction. We're going to convert the general form of the quadratic function into vertex form. Then let's find the coordinates of the vertex. So the given is f of x equals to 2x squared minus 3. So this is the given, and after that, let's group the x terms. So ipasok natin sa parentheses si 2x squared, then minus 3 sa labas. Then factor out to the value of a from 2x squared. So i-factor out natin yung value ni a. So yung kalabasan, f of x is equals to 2 times x squared minus 3. Then after that, okay, let's now simplify yung x squared. So ano natin siya, square. So yung kalabasan niya class is f of x equals to 2 times x squared minus 3. Kasi para ma-consider natin siya class as a vertex form, kailangan dito, sabi ko nga yung nasa loob, kung perfect square trinomial siya, kailangan natin i-factor out. Dahil dito x squared lang siya kasi yung factored form ni factor form ni x squared is x raised to 2. Nasa labas siya ng parentheses. So now let's identify the value of h and k. So the value of h here class is 0 kasi x lang yung nasa loob ni parenthesis, wala siyang kapartner na number, so it means 0 siya. Then for the k, we have negative 3. So the vertex is 0 and negative 3. So those are the two examples for transforming quadratic function in general form to vertex form and to find the coordinates of the vertex. Yung sa naunang examples. Now, dito sa part 2 ng ating discussion, we are now going to discuss transforming a quadratic function from vertex form into general form. So, baliktad. So, vice versa na tayo. Vertex form into general form of the quadratic function. So, here are the steps. Number 1, expand the binomial. Number 2, apply the distributive property of multiplication if necessary kung kailangan lang. And number 3, simplify the last two terms. So let's try. Let us transform the quadratic function into general form. It means yung given dito sa next set of examples is nasa vertex form. So for example 5, we have here f of x is equals to x plus 3 squared minus 4. So x plus 3 squared minus 4. So the first thing we need to do is to expand the binomial. So asan dyan yung binomial? So the binomial is the x plus 3 squared. So expand natin siya. So paano ba yung pag-expand yan? Pwede nyo kasing gawin dito class pag yung long method is x plus 3 times x plus 3. I-separate natin. Galisin natin yung square. Ano natin siya, expand. X plus 3 times x plus 3. Or yung shortcut. So ituro ko sa inyo yung shortcut. So, yeah, x plus 3 squared, let's find the square of x. So, the square of x is x squared. Then after that, to find the middle term, let's just multiply the two terms inside. So, x times positive 3, the answer is 3x. Then multiply to 2, so the answer will be 6x. Then find the square of 3. So, 3 squared, the answer is 9. Then, i-copy na lang natin si minus 4. Then, the next step is to simplify the last two terms kasi meron tayong dalawang constant. So, simplify lang natin si 9 and si 4. 9 minus 4. So, f of x equals to x squared plus 6x plus 5. So, the general form of the quadratic function in the vertex form x plus 3 squared minus 4 is f of x is equals to x squared plus 6x plus 5. Another example 6. So, dito sa example number 6, meron na tayong the value of a is greater than 1 and the value of h is a fraction. So, paano ba ito isosolve? So, just follow these steps. So, copy the given. Let's expand the binomial. So, asan yung binomial dyan sa vertex form? The binomial is the x plus 1/3 squared. I-expand natin siya. So, the same method nung sa kanina. Let's just copy si 3, then parentheses. Then find the square of the first term na x, so magiging x squared. Then x times 1/3, positive 1/3. Bakit ba x times 1/3? Kasi positive naman siya. Kung minus siya dyan, plus, it means x times negative 1/3. Dahil plus siya, it means positive si 1/3. So x times 1/3, the answer is 1/3 x. Then multiply to 2. So 1/3 times 2. So si 2 class, yung any whole number, understood natin na meron siyang over 1. So 1/3 times 2 over 1, the answer is 2/3. So plus 2/3 x. Then find the square of the second term na 1/3. So the square of 1/3 is 1 over 9. Then minus 8. After that, we are now going to apply the distributive property of multiplication. Sabi ko nga kanina doon sa step by step process na tinuro ko, if necessary lang. Depende sa given. Pag yung A natin is greater than 1, yung susunod talaga na step na after ng pag-expand ng binomial is to apply the distributive property of multiplication. So, yung A, yung 3, i-multiply natin siya sa terms inside the parentheses, sa trinomial inside the parentheses. So, 3 times x squared, the answer is 3x squared. 3 times 2 third x, the answer is 2x. Kasi 3 times 2, the answer is 6. 6 divided by 3, the remaining term will be 2x. And then 3 times 1 over 9, 3 times 1, the answer is 3. 3 over 9, so the simplified form is 1 third. So f of x equals to 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 third minus 8. Then let's simplify the last two terms, which is 1 third minus 8. So f of x equals to 3x squared plus 2x. 1 third minus 8 cannot be solved instantly. Kasi yung 1 third, yung denominator niya is 3. Yung 8, yung denominator niya is 1. Kasi yung 8 is a whole number. So we need to find their least common denominator. So their least common denominator is 3. So after that, 3 times 3, the answer is, 3 divided by 3, the answer is 1. Then 1 times 1, then 1. Then copy the minus sign, 3 divided by 1, the answer is 3. 3 times 8, the answer is 24. Kaya 1 minus 24 divided by 3. So 1 minus 24, the answer is 23. So ang kalabasan, f of x equals to f of x is equals to 3 times x squared plus 2x minus 23 over 3. So this is the general form of the given in example number 6. So that's all for the discussion about finding the vertex of a quadratic function, transforming a quadratic function from general form to vertex form, and transforming a quadratic function from vertex form to general form. So let's remember this. The quadratic function in general form is f of x equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. The quadratic function in vertex form is f of x equals to a times x minus h squared plus k, where the h is k is the vertex. And again, class, regarding the step-by-step process, you can copy it in your scratch paper or in your notebook or in a index card para pag solve nyo, titignan nyo na lang doon. Or pwedeng mag-base na lang kayo sa book or dito sa video. So it's up to you. Nakadepende sa strategy nyo. So again, here's the list of the activities you need to answer. So for the first activity, let's practice A on page 191. You are going to answer numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, tingnan ko sa book, page 191. So, sa page 191, class, yung gagawin nyo is, wait lang, check ko lang. You are going to just determine the coordinates HK. So, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So, madali lang yung paghanap dyan, class, ng vertex ng HK kasi yung given sa numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 sa page 191, let's practice A, is nasa vertex form. The next one, you're going to answer. Let's practice B on page 191 again. Answer numbers 1, 2, and 3. So, transform each quadratic function into general form. So, ita-transform nyo lang siya into general form. Just follow yung sa examples kanina. Then, the last activity that you need to answer is let's practice C on page 191 pa rin. Answers, excuse. So, the same lang, class, and sasagutan nyo ulit si numbers 1, 2, 3 lang kayo. Let's practice C. So, i-apply nyo lang yung step-by-step process na tinuro ko kanina. Then, I hope na makuha nyo yung right answer sa lahat ng activities dito sa lesson number 6. So, this is the end of lesson 6. So, thank you for listening and giving time on watching the video lesson. And again, good luck in answering, and it's a wrap.